welcome everybody to Life in Switzerland, part one, episode one of my little vlog. I'm gonna present you with little snippets of life in Switzerland. What's different about my channel? I'm gonna not hold back on the critical parts. So whatever parts that or aspects of this life I think need to be addressed that are negative or antagonistic, I'm gonna talk about. Two, I'm a young parent. Me and my partner have a daughter who's 2 years old, and we're gonna have a second child in early October. And three, as you can quite clearly see, I am a person of color. I am black, and that does have significant impact of what it means to live in Switzerland. But first of all, let me check or try to check my privilege. Begin with my name. My name is Temba Mabona. My dad is from South Africa, so a first generation immigrant, so to speak. And my mom is from Lucerne. She's white skinned. My late dad was a Xhosa from South Africa, and I'll get into more details on that amazing partnership between those two maybe in another episode. But in this episode, I would like to focus. I need to check my privilege first. Checking my privilege. Okay, so I'm a teacher, middle class, living here in Switzerland. So that means I do earn quite a significant amount of money compared to people even here in Switzerland, compared to, of course, much more so compared to other people around the globe. I think right now it's around, I never properly checked, but it's around 7K a month. So I can afford a nice apartment with my partner, and we don't lack for any necessities. We can even go on vacation now and then. So on the material side, things are really perfect. Fortunately, all of us are healthy. My partner is healthy. She's pregnant. That's a strain on her, but she's healthy. Our daughter is healthy. My siblings are healthy. My mom, she's getting on in age, but she's also healthy. But the quintessence is everybody's healthy, and I'm living a life of material, I would say plenitude. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. But let me just get started on the topic of today, which is paternity. So I do think problematic aspect with paternity here in Switzerland, and many people would agree, is the paternity leave. So we have a super high income country. Many material aspects, many aspects of the social state are just about, well, let me not say perfect, but they are really well done. So I don't have to worry about social security. I don't have to worry about healthcare. I probably do not have to worry about pension. But paternity leave is only 2 weeks. This compares very unfavorably to any other OECD countries. I'll provide the list here, if there's enough space, where you can see that most, if not all other OECD countries of the Western, so-called Western world, have much longer paternity leave. So then the question becomes, how come such a high income country as Switzerland only has 2 weeks of paternity leave? And the model is quite simple, or the reasoning behind that is quite simple. We base this on an ancient, outdated model. Once the woman has given birth, she is expected to quite simply become a homemaker, not have a job, work at home, not earn any money from this work at home, as is the case, I believe, all around the world, where people who are homemakers, who work at home, don't earn any money, are not paid for their work at home, which is actually unacceptable, but this is the status quo we have. Domestic work in this, or let's say work at home in this capacity, is not remunerated. And this model in an extreme form applies to Switzerland. So 2 weeks would work in theory, because under this, it's not even a traditional model, it's just antiquated patriarchal model. Under this model, the woman would then begin to take up work in the household and could take care, in theory, of all the child's needs, which we also know from research is an unrealistic, scientific research is a bit of an unrealistic expectation of how childcare can and should be arranged. What do I mean by this? What I mean is quite simple. The nuclear family is weird. If you look at it in historical perspective, if you look at it in social perspective, the nuclear family is weird. It's a very Western model that doesn't work well. You need more than 2 people to take care of a child. It needs more than 2 people of reference. Now, many times people make up for this, or families and communities make up for this in the modern world in various ways. But as you can tell, I'm already getting off track here. So I'm gonna come back to the basic idea, which is that 2 weeks of paternity leave for a country with this economic potence that Switzerland has is absolutely ridiculous, and is based on an unfortunate variation of patriarchy. And in my case, in our case, I'm gonna try to take more weeks off, but it's not clear quite if you can afford it, because our savings are a bit low, to say the least. And you see, I'm being terribly honest here. This might get me in trouble. I hope not. And B, when you leave, when you go on unpaid leave, which you have to get those extra weeks, when you go on unpaid leave, then you have to pay more than the money you're leaving behind. What do I mean by this? If I go on unpaid leave for 2 weeks, then they're not just gonna dock 2 weeks of my pay. No, it's gonna be somehow punished extra. So I'm gonna actually pay more than those 2 weeks leave, which makes no sense, because people only go on unpaid leave for very serious reason. Maybe a lifelong dream they have, or some kind of parent leave. Those are the 2 basic reasons, and that is punished in the Swiss system. That is part of what it means in the system. And in the interest of checking my privilege, here in Switzerland we have an expression which we call high-level complaining, or as I prefer to call it, altitudinous complaining. And it means that whatever complaints, whinging, grumbling noises we make, whatever negative aspects we point out about life here in Switzerland, are fundamentally spoiled, because as you can see, it's really quite clean, or very clean. I'm not hungry right now. I'm healthy. There are no bombs falling. None of the afflictions that make life a living hell for so many people on our planet. So I'm not just a citizen of Zurich, Switzerland. That would be meaningless. But like all of you, I'm a citizen of planet Earth. And we need to be aware of what's happening around us in this park, around me in the city, and also all around the world. Okay, that is going to be the end of my first little impression I give you of life in Switzerland, life in Zurich. And yeah, let me just express loyalty with those suffering genocide in Palestine under the Israeli occupation. Free Palestine. Free Palestine, Free Palestine. And I hope I can say a little more about this next time, um, not just as a lip service, but make a little donation to the UNHCR and don't buy stuff from Israel. Just don't. Just don't. Tell people not to buy stuff from Israel. Uh, it's not up to the politicians. It never has been. It's us who are history. You are history. I am history. Our families are history. Every single person on this planet is history. And we shouldn't look to the politicians for solutions because they never, ever provide them. So, yes, free Palestine, stay woke, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.